Have finally made our push into Britain, assisted by Germany a little bit. We took out Spain. Africa is ours. We are pushing on the British Raj. Everything is looking good. We almost have all of Europe and Asia controlled. And then we could start focusing on the Americas. Speaking of Americas, is America even in the Allies yet? They are not, and I'm boosting fascism over there, so maybe I can coup them. That will be something. Alright, let's get everything going here. That looks good. Alright. What do we got over here? They're attacking in a few places. I'm trying to push in a few places. They have a lot here. So it might be time to really think about just trying to bleed their manpower. Alright, they have far too many planes for me to deal with there. And I have control of the airspace over France. So there are no issues there. So everything looks good. I am pushing in a few key spots, which is important. Because what I want to do is I want to surround Cardiff. If I can surround Cardiff... Ooh, with my... Aha, I do have a general moving. Okay. You could keep those units. Alright. So we're going to get the push on Cardiff. I have no idea what's going on over here anymore. Okay, you're going to push that one last spot. And then you're going to get reorganized, I think. And then I'll figure out more orders for you. They can finish up that. There's absolutely nothing going on over there. Alright, I do not want them getting out. You must hold them there. And the fact that they're bringing more troops in is a little unnerving. Is that saying I have bad terrain? Let's see here. Yep, terrain. Alright. I don't really see what's there, though. Maybe just hills. Alright, where are those 16 at? I want all of you guys in there. There we are. Alright, now you should be able to push. You will not do that attack. You'll just come there. Just go there, get in position. Alright, we will push these guys back. Somehow, some way, we will push them out of this country. Alright, that's why it's only a combat with a 40, unfortunately. So that's some of the issue. Alright, this is not going so hot. Right, can you guys push anywhere else? You guys did a good push there. And it's saying you'll win that, so at least there's that. Right, get you to try that. You guys are trying that. People are moving in. There's 11 people in Birmingham. Which again is not ideal. Alright, come on. You have to be able to blow past these. I mean, they don't have much left in there. I mean, man, I wish I'd have some wider combat with. But as it stands, that's all I have. And they definitely have the air superiority. There's going to be nothing I can do about that. Absolutely nothing. They have way too many planes for that. Alright, let's see what they actually are working with now. No, not that. Alright, what are you guys working with now? Alright, you have convoy escort focus, a lot of units still. More than I actually have, but you do have service by requirement, so you are losing manpower, which is what I was going for. Okay, I'm still convoy escorting there, because that is important. Who can I get in there? What can I get in there? Excellent. I think they pushed through. Good. That's good. Alright, let's see if we can get one more. If I could somehow get some of these units cut off. You told me they held that? Alright, push again. This time, how about you take that? And they're trying to counterattack, so let's counterattack them. Alright, we are holding. We are pushing. They try to attack. It messes with it a little bit. Alright. While you guys are doing that, you guys try to take the city. Alright, that's just some more planes. No worries there. Alright, we're trying. I mean, they are hurting for supplies, so I think they're gonna be... I think they're gonna run out of supplies before they actually run out of troops. So that's gonna be huge, because, I mean, look at that. They have no supply on some of these tank divisions. I mean, it's... Wow. I mean, there's like nothing there. So that's good. They are running out of guns. They are running out of tanks. They are running out of everything. Yeah, let's get some reinforcements. Try to cut that open. Alright, we were able to take Cardiff. That means we'll push their navy out to sea, which is fine. Alright, they're countering, but I will withstand the counter. Alright, so here's what I want. I want you to attack there, open up that combat with. You to go there with maybe one more of your friends. And then the other two, I want you to flake around there. Just like that. Alright. If we could get that combat with opened up, yeah, so this way we could get some more units in the fight. Out of supply. Just low supply. Not out of supply. How are my supply lines? They're just about fine. I mean, I probably will have a little trouble with it. Alright, you guys are pushing through there. If you can get to Liverpool, that's going to cut off so many troops. So I'm going to try that push. I mean, everything to Liverpool. Alright, you guys keep going. And you guys keep going as well. Try to divide up this country. Alright, they're trying to push me back. But I do much better on defense than they think I do. And they have 120 combat with, and they're getting me surrounded. But, I mean, look at my soft attack on defense. And just look at my defense. It's so miraculously high. Alright, we're pushing them back. Alright, we're going to have to get across that river somehow, but that'll be alright. Alright, that being said, if they're going to move out of there... Nah. No, we'll let them move. If they're going to do weird stuff like that, let them move out. Okay, into Manchester. They have low organization. I mean, that being said, they have 16 units, but low organization. And my soft attack should be sufficient to eat them up. And that being said, I want you guys to attack this city. Kind of keep them off base a little bit. And I need you to halt. Just stop that attack. Alright. So England is going well. I am making gains slowly. Alright, India. You are my Indian troop. Okay, here's what I need. I want you guys push along that river. And go. They're inferior. I mean, I know it's risky because you're not prepared, but they're not going to be able to stop you. So just do that. And do they still have a bunch of troops over here? They do. How's their supply on this side? Hurting a little bit. A lot of them are still British Raj troops, but that'll be alright. They won't live much longer. Alright, finally we pushed into... We're starting to push into Manchester. And let's just keep pushing up. And that's working fine. It's all you guys up here. There to there. There we are. Okay, that's working. Alright, they are pushing onto Manchester. Now, if I could get them pushed onto Liverpool, that's going to cut off so many units because they do not have a port here. They have a city, which, come to think about it, it's time to take Birmingham. Kind of move to attack that. Yeah, and you're keeping so many troops there. Yeah, what are we looking at? 18 hours to get into the city. Let's attack here, keep them held. Excellent. This way there's nothing able to go to that city. Unless it comes from that way. But we're just going to melt them. Anything that comes in, we're going to melt. Yeah, how far are you? One day. You're probably going to beat me. I don't even know how long you're going to take. Ooh, they just moved a lot of troops into Manchester. Where did they all come from? That's alright, though. We're slowly pushing them back. Alright, we're attacking Leeds, because if I could just get us around somewhere, try to cut off some of these troops. I mean, that's going to be huge. So I have to push hard into these cities. I mean, there's a lot here that are just... Oh, that's a river crossing too. Okay, that's why I'm having so much difficulty. Let's get you guys to attack over here. Try to keep some people pinned. So everything's moving slow here. All right, we're moving back into Manchester. Come on, come on. 8 hours. 8 hours, guys. That's all you need. You're not going to make it. I'm going to beat you there. Then I want half of you to keep going on to Liverpool. There we are. Alright, so half of you are going to go to Manchester. The other half... It'll take 2 days to get to Liverpool. But we're going to do it. Alright, so this might... Alright, yeah, we're going to have to defend a lot. And I'm sure they're going to start bringing some reinforcements back to try to get out of that gap. That being said, we are being successful, right? You're going to do that and then flank around here. Or we're just going to push them back out, right? Alright, they are fighting for Manchester pretty fierce. But I mean, my soft attack and my defense, there's just no way they can hold out. Alright, it looks like I'm going to be rolling into Leeds as well. 20 hours. There's nothing I could do about him. He is going to beat me there, but he does not have the organization or anything to really match me. Alright, I am short of support equipment, so that's a little concerning. How's my production going? I do have a lot of it being produced. I do have some extra factories. So the extra factories, support equipment. Without a doubt, support equipment. Alright, we'll get 2 lines going. Got plenty of guns being built. Because yeah, I need that support equipment to move forward. I think that's where most of my issues are coming from with the supply. So I just don't have enough of it. Alright, now we're pushing back to Manchester. Alright, screw it. Everybody into Manchester, into Leeds. Or Liverpool. That's Liverpool, sorry. Alright, because, wow, that's 19 troops. If we can cut off those 19... Now I'm going to take CAF and ensure that they stay right there. Alright, you guys got to get to Manchester. You guys got to get to Leeds. So I need to get Leeds. I need to close this gap. There we are. Alright, I need to get in there. Alright, they're starting to fall. There's 4 troops left. Come on, guys. You can push. You can do it. Come on, come on. You only got 3 troops in there. Come on, decimate them. We're looking at 72, 74, 76, 78. There we go. Yeah, zoomed in, this game runs a lot slower for me, but I'm sure that has a lot to do with my computer than anything. Come on, 97, 98. Come on, come on. Come on, get in there. How long? 3 hours. Come on, come on. We have to cut off Liverpool. You got 4 hours. Alright, I think I at least got those troops to fall back the good way. Yes, I got them. I got them. Alright. You guys, halt. Just hold off that defensive line. Oh man, that's huge. Okay. Everybody hold back. Alright, these troops are getting their attrition. Which I caught a lot of British troops, and they have no way to get out of this island. Oh man, that's big. You guys have no idea how big that is. Alright, this attack is not going quite as planned. Let's get you to just walk down the Bombay. Might as well. Oh man, that's huge. And now I just gotta hold it. So they're gonna try to attack out with their boatload of troops. But they're not gonna be able to. And I think it's time to tighten this noose just a little bit. Hoo-hoo. Man, that's big. Then I have my defensive line up here. Secondary attack line here. And these troops, as soon as I give the order, will be crushed. Just absolutely crushed. I'm on the good side of the river. Alright, it's just concerning that everybody is leaving. I do not want you guys to leave that line. I'd rather have more there than on that other one. I know there's a lot more troops. No, I don't need 3. I know there's a lot more troops there. Or over here, but I mean, they're not going to be able to get out. So quite frankly, my blue guys, I just want you guys on that line. I don't want you guys anywhere near this one. I want you all on that front to the north. Man, that was huge. Alright, are you learning any traits? Yeah, Ranger, Urban Assault Specialist. You're getting there. You only have a couple. Fast Planner, meh. Hello, Gaming. Welcome back. You did just miss me do a nice surround on a whole boatload of British troops. And I'm just going to let them slowly bleed to death. Alright. The Indian campaign is going well. We took their capital. Now we're pushing them back. Alright. Now the fact that you are allowing this to happen, Japan, is really irritating. Like all of you guys. What are you doing? You need to be crushing them. Alright, they're trying to attack out, but they're going to fail at it. So yeah, I got... Oh, what is that? 10 units over there. Way too many units over here. And they are all just trapped in there. And I'm just going to leave them there to bleed. Alright, so that being said, I do think it is time to start closing up these lines just a little bit. The more units that we can cram into one little tiny space, the quicker they're going to lose all their supply. Alright, let's push them back. And then I have my line to the north, which is really reminiscent of that ancient wall. It might be closer up here though. You know, that ancient wall that Rome built to keep the barbarians back. That's kind of what this is. Yeah, I don't know what my streaming schedule during Thanksgiving is going to look like. No idea. But that's why I post everything to YouTube, so if you can't catch the live stream, you know, you could at least keep up to date on everything. Alright, let's crush these guys. It is time. Alright, we'll do that. Alright, you'll eventually win out there. Alright, we are pushing on their new capital of Bombay. And in fact, we are moving to take it. Excellent. Yeah, I don't have to babysit this line at all. That general knows what he's doing. What do you have in terms of traits? You have a mountaineer, and you're actually learning a lot more. Desert Fox is always good. So yeah, you keep doing what you're doing over there. I trust you enough. Okay. How much attrition are they taking? Because man, that's going to be nice to stack wipe all of them. That's going to be so nice. I got more units moving back. Alright, let's get them into one province. Just do something like that. Take all these troops, attack them. Oh, they have a lot in here too. Wow, it's like close to 50 divisions that I have trapped here. That's ridiculous. I mean, there's 11 here, 14 here. And that's not even counting the 31 over there. So yeah, it's like 50 to 55 units that I have trapped here that I will be decimating. And quite honestly, I think that's all of Britain's units. I mean, they lost 1.5 million in this fight. And they're about to lose a whole bunch more. All right. That's working. It may be nice if you know, attack this guy. Just a thought. Yes. We'll hold you, I guess. Alright, streamline production. Let's see what else I can get. Construction. I'm not really building anything. Yeah, maybe I am building stuff. We'll just finish it out, if nothing else. Is that them attacking me? Well, you're going to fail at it. Alright, you can kind of get an idea of what's stuck in this line now. 43 units of infantry. Wow, just look at all of that, then I'm going to decimate. A whole bunch. Well, I think that's always Switzerland. I think it was Robin Williams in one of his stand-up specials that calls them the nice Germans. Yes, this is glorious. I mean, it's closer to 60 units that I just cut off here. I cannot believe how many are there. Germany, if you want to throw a few units on there, Be my guest. You're going to get decimated, though. But I guess every troop you kill is less I have to take on. So by all means, go for it. Now, Ireland. Did you ever join the Allies? No, you did not. Alright, Germany is just mopping up Norway now. Alright. And I'm just going to let these guys bleed out, use all the organizations, and then I'm going to walk one truck in there. That is my goal. Alright, that being said, it is time to take the 16. Or, not the 16, my red troop. Throw you there. And you guys start preparing a line here. It is time for a new offensive. Your new line is going to be here. I want you to move up and start taking them out. I will wait till everybody's ready. And then I'll just delete that line so you don't get confused. And then my red army. Just in case they try anything, battle plan that. Yeah, but Sweden is so much better just to be conquered. I'm surprised they haven't been called in yet. I'm surprised. Alright, so that's going. So everything's good there. Can start to focus a little bit on India. And these troops, the fact that they're still pushing into China is really irritating. Come on, Japan, you have to have some type of answer for this. I guess all this attrition is really holding you guys back. See, me, I do not care about attrition. My troops do not face it anywhere. And even if they did, move forward. Alright, these guys are still being eaten alive. I still can't believe I got that many troops surrounded. I don't know, I am thinking of doing just a Swedish game. You know, play as Sweden, because I think I still have to go after the Northern Lights achievement. And I think that'd be easier with Sweden. So I might actually play a fascist Sweden in the future. Probably after the Cuba game, because that is next on the block. Or next on my list to do. Communist Cuba. And their whole goal, take them United States. Once I take the United States, I'm pretty much going to call that one done. But that would be the goal. It'll be tough. Alright. So it's good to see. Alright, 30% attrition. That is excellent. Average strength 53. So yeah, even if they wanted to, there's no getting out of that. Alright, you guys are preparing. You don't have a battle plan. I'll give you just a generic battle plan. Probably the same one I gave them. Just something like that. You're probably still getting your units in order. Yeah, so once you're good, once you give me the green check, you're going. And over here, you guys are pushing nicely against an inferior enemy, which I like. Alright, I don't know who else I have to worry about. Did Liberia join the Allies? They did not, but I think Germany's preparing. France still has Madagascar. And Siam. What about you? You've been really quiet this game. I think you have fascist leanings. Portugal wants to give me 7 divisions. That's alright. And my United States fascism build is starting to grow. Really needs to grow faster than that. Because I have plans. Alright. Luckily, that is not my troops being idiots. That is German heavy tank divisions that the enemy cannot penetrate. So they might actually be able to do something there. Alright, now they're starting to lose their attrition really quick. Got some Iraqi troops, Yugoslavian, South African, some French, some Canadian, Belgian. No matter. That's a lot of troops that are going to eat the bullet very, very soon. The Polish Bear's secret achievement. If that's not the Polish rocket one, then no. But if it's the Polish can to the moon or whatever achievement that is, I do have that one. And Poland is kind of fun to play. You know, because you're kind of like a wild card. You could really do whatever you want. You know, you could join the fascists, you could turn communist, you could form your own faction, you could try to survive as an allied country. There's so many options, so many different ways to play them. Alright, once their strength is at 0, which it's almost there. Alright, I'm going to take one truck, and you're just going to melt them all. Because that's all I'm going to need. Excellent. Keep crushing them. Excellent. One truck took out 55 plus divisions. I like it. Alright, have you guys moved into position yet? What's going on here? Alright, a lot of you can't. Well, just go. And you guys too. Because that's going to be most of Britain's resistance. I do want to see how much they lost now because of that. Yeah, they lost 500,000 troops in that little skirmish. Which is nice. How many troops do they have left? That's planes. They still got a boatload of planes. Alright, they're 109 to 130. And they have service by requirement. So they're not at... They still have manpower, but they're not doing too good. So my troops are just going to start rolling on through. Alright, you guys, I think I could probably just tell you guys to go down. Yeah, let's come down here. I might have other plans for you. Ooh, I do have to start preparing against Canada, don't I? Canada, Denmark. How am I going to get over there? And that's the United States. And so I do have to take out Canada. And that will give me a good border against the United States that is not part of the Allies yet. Alright, let's get you up there. Alright guys, you kind of got to do this aggressively. So, alright, you are aggressive. And you can, okay. I'm gonna have to look into that one. Because I think there's one that's like secret achievement. And if that's it, then no, I have not done yet that one. And in fact, I didn't even know about that one. So yeah, I might have to look into that. But there's so many more achievements I have to get. I think one of the ones I have to get is as Mexico restore the old borders with the US. And then as Mexico occupy a coastal territory in Europe. So that's one of the ones I'm probably going to do as Mexico. Probably form my own faction. Say screw everybody else. Alright, this is working. I have a few over here that I'm not going to be able to push too well. But they are collapsing in on themselves, which is excellent. And India... Alright, India is being pushed. Alright, you guys have all these open territories. How about we just take them? I mean, if they're just gifting you these provinces. I mean, take them. Alright, we are pushing up here. Hello, Nepal. You have 6 million people in your country. That would be a really tough country to play. Limited conscription. Alright, have you guys pushed them back yet? No, they're still pushing on you. Come on, Japan. Get your act together. And that's another country I've never played. I've never played as Japan. think they're the only Axis country I've never played. Alright, Germany. Oslo is right here. They have like 1 unit on it. Take it out. Alright, you are moving in, so let's go ahead and move you for support. I don't know why you have 40% attrition though. That's weird. That's why you barely have enough supply. Yeah, that's definitely, I'm gonna have to check into that. Because that does seem kind of cool. Alright, we took Newcastle, and we're about to start heading into the Scottish lands. So we'll get them moved out. I think Britain might be very close to capitulating, if I'm not mistaken. They were close. Oop. I should probably look here. Yeah, 1 or 2 more victory points, and I think we got it. Alright, I just need the United Kingdom and the British Raj to capitulate, and then the war with the Allies is over. So, British Raj. You need to capitulate quicker. Where's your new capital at? Ooh, way over there. British Raj, how close are you? Nowhere near. Alright, support weapons. Excellent. Let's go more soft attack. Yeah, no, that achievement definitely seems like one that's going to be kind of fun to do. I mean, I enjoy playing as Poland regardless. Alright, we'll switch production of Destroyer over. Alright, what else do I want? Alright, so that's helping with my Navy. Let's go ahead and get a light cruiser. Round that out. Excellent. Okay, we are pushing through the British now. And that's pretty much done. So it's just focusing on the Raj. Alright, they do have a lot of troops over here, and I think they're more than I actually have. But that being said, if they're still going to give me all this province, all these provinces, I'm just going to take them. Alright, let's cut this guy off. Too bad I don't have a truck up there. But that should work. I do have a truck here, however. So let's go ahead and do that. Or by the time you do that... no, let's not do it that way. Do that. That. And then come into attack. Something like that. And then this guy should have that surrounded as well. Excellent. That is the weirdest thing, but okay. I think I can go. I think that'd be fine. However you want to take the British Raj out. Whatever way you think is easiest. Alright, that guy's moving. Let's just take another victory point. Let's hold him there. And let's ensure that he's not going to be involved. Alright, so that guy's working. How long is it going to take you to get there? Dear God, 2 days. I don't know why it's going to take you that long. You're screwing up my my surround. Alright, I think once I take Glasgow, I think the British are going to be done. Even with their 90%, they're so close already. So I think just a couple of these cities here, and I think we have it. Here we are. Got some mortars in there. Alright, there's... See, my soft attack is just huge. Alright, but they are pushing. Alright, British Raj, how's everything looking now? Alright, at the very least, he did get decimated. Okay, let's start putting some pressure on this guy. I know it's going to be across a river. I understand that. But you're going to do that and then that. Kind of help him out a little bit. Excellent. And yeah, my soft attack is huge. And it just looks like I do not have air superiority over Scotland and Northern England. Which that'll be alright. Alright, we are pushing down here. Now let's just start taking all this stuff. And I got another city. Yeah, we're just plowing through them now. How about you come down to Calcutta? Then we'll have you move up here. Because I think the British Raj's resistance is about to be broken. I don't think they have that many troops anymore. They only have 20 to 27. And I think a lot of them... And they're only on extensive conscription. I mean, I know India has a lot of population, but... I still think a lot of their troops are over here. And they are. So yeah, I could pretty much be more liberal in my orders over there. And we are pushing in the Glasgow. Excellent. That should about spell the end of the British Empire. There it is. Excellent. All right, now it's just little pockets of resistance in here that I just got to clean up. Excellent. So I got a pocket there. We're going to finish up that pocket. All right. Now, unfortunately, I don't get that for free. That would have been nice. Anywhere I can land here? Not really. All right. And I think there still might be a couple. Yeah, there's a few British troops here, but that's going to be fine. They're not going to live much longer. You guys are getting back in place. You're moving. These guys almost have the country split in half. And in fact, let's just go ahead and do that. Get everything split. Get the British Raj to capitulate. And then war with the Allies will be over. And then all that stands between us and victory is the United States. Speaking of United States, where's my submarines? I have a mission for you. Alright, subfleet. Please tell me I have a submarine fleet somewhere. Alright, you will have 6 subs. Not nearly enough. But at any rate, I want you to do some convoy raiding in Cape Verde. So if nothing else, you'll keep supplies from this side reaching them. Because you're not going to go through the Mediterranean to get supplies to them. So you could really only go through Cape Verde. Which is fine. Alright, let's start getting some of these troops organized. Alright, you guys... Is there any ports up here? Yes. Let's get you guys up here. You guys here. Alright, so with you 14, what I need you to do... Do I want to go for straight to Iceland? You know, I think I'm just going to focus on the Raj. I don't really need that thing in Canada, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to ensure I take at least this. And that will give me a beachhead into North America, and then I'll put infrastructure and naval base as I'm preparing to take on Canada, the United States, if Canada doesn't surrender with them. All right, I do think... All right, did you not take that? Alright, I want you to take that. And try not to get cut off. Any more victory points? Right, I do have a couple down here. So you come down and take Bangalore. Excellent. Alright, I think the Raj is getting closer and closer to capitulation. 71%, so just a few more victory points. I think I got it. They don't have many troops left that can really put up much of a resistance. That being said, let's just make sure all these troops are being pushed. And make sure my supply lines are set. Right, there's no victory points here, so all that's kind of wasted land. You're moving down to take that. Alright, like I said, I just want to make sure all these troops are being pushed in any way they can be. Alright, you're just going to come down the coast to here. Alright, excellent. And then you just got to take that point. Then the next ones are over on this side, which would be nice if, I don't know, Japan would do something in this war. Let's see. I have 61 participation. Germany has 19%. Japan, 4%. That being said, they did lose a lot, so at least they're doing something. But look at that. 2 million troops lost by the United Kingdom. Excellent. All that death, all that destruction. And Norway's about to go down as well. Alright, you're going to make quick work of that tank. And let's get you to move in there. You just keep pushing them. And just keep taking stuff. Whatever you guys can take, take it. And how does Portugal end up with that? But someone please explain that to me. And then we're going to make sure that all these ports are taken out. I don't think there's any more ports down here. So at the very least, this guy will be out of supply. And will be bled to death. There's nothing in the way of supply here. Yep, 0. So they're not going to last long. There's no supply there. So they're going to bleed. Alright, Raj, how much longer? All the way back up to the top. God, you still have a lot. Only 77%? Despite me taking all those victory points? Oi. Alrighty then. Well. Then what we're going to do... So we're just going to start taking all your land with my trucks. Yeah, something like that. Do work. And excellent. My convoy placement did work. So that they can keep out of supply. Excellent. Alright, what did I learn? Something with guns. Let's go ahead and get some heart attack and piercing. This way nothing will stand and resist my might of my armies. And I probably could have worded better, but meh. And is this Japan? Oh yeah, I forgot. Japan was I was taking everything for Japan and not me. Oops. You're working there. You're working there. So let's go ahead. Do a quick surround on that guy. So he's not going anywhere. North Africa. Oh really? What could possibly be attacking me in North Africa? I mean, unless it's coming from there, which, you know, I have the troops there. I mean, by all means, try it. Alright, so that's something I'm going to have to keep an eye on. Alright, where's my trucks? Trucks, I need you to roll on to the next victory point, which I believe is there, and then there. Yeah, you guys do that. The rest of you, let's start with cleaning up these lines a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll get you guys, since they have absolutely no supply. Just start pushing them. I don't know why you retreat like that. There we go. Let's do something like that. Yeah, I think anti-tank will be pointless. I mean, because I think I get enough soft and hard attack on my units to begin with. Let's take a look at that. Because then I'm going to add more soft and piercing, so I think I'll be fine. If not, I could always produce it really quickly. Alright. British Raj is starting to fall. You are doing work. You are moving in there. Excellent. Alright, you. Let's get you to take this land down here. It's not pretty, but somebody has to do it, and it might as well be you. Excellent. And we're getting some more troops cut off. That's what I like to see. You can move there, 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 and there. And what did I just learn? Strategic bomber? Oh yeah, I remember why I did that. That's for my nukes that I'm going to drop on America. Yeah, we're cleaning it up though. It's just a mop-up operation now. Just mopping it up. Because I think I'm going to need to take mostly territory. Because they have a... Do they have a pretty high national unity? I didn't think they would. Get that out of here. They have, oh, 90%. Okay, they do have a high national unity. I did not expect it to be that high. But the good thing is they have no supply. So let's help with taking all this out. You can do something like that. Excellent. That should take care of all that. So now it's just pushing here, which my troops are doing. So let's get you to do something like that. Alright, you keep pushing. You keep pushing. You push against that tank. Yeah, they have no organization. I mean, that tank just crumbled under my might. Excellent. More convoys are being sunk. So yeah, that was a very good place to put it. Alright, Germany. What's going on over here? Do I have to bring my troops and finish this up? Because I'll do it. Alright, but I am going to finish off the Raj. The British Raj will be mine. You just do something like that. Yes, I approve. Okay. Now you're going to do that. You're going to do that. You're going to do this and then that. Right, you're going to move the cut them off. You're moving, you're moving, you're moving. That's almost dealt with. This is getting there. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. Right, the British Raj. The fact that you are still holding out is really irritating. All right. Excellent. You're moving in there. So you're going to move there, there, and there. And you're going to do that. Yeah, that's fine. I was going to do something else with you, but I think that'll work. All right, they crumbled there. You guys are still pushing. All right, let's take all of these. You're still taking that. Alright, and then you can move in there. You can move in there, and then that should spell the end of any resistance in the south. Alright, let's move there and there. And you take that. That should clean that up, and that's going to be cleaned up. I just got to clean up this mess. I tell you what, you attack there, you attack there. You're going to cut that off, so that will cut that unit off. Right, you're going to go here and here. You're going there, there, and there. Excellent. Okay, I want you to crush that guy. You can crush his tank. You keep pushing them back. And I want you to go after him, and then once you're done with him... Nope, nope. Crush him, and then follow him across that river. Excellent. All right, and then my trucks are driving straight on through to whatever the heck that city's name is called. It's only worth 1 victory point, though. That's unfortunate. But it'll get them ever closer to surrender. Which is really what I need to do. Alright, what are you guys doing? You guys are moving on to this line, which is fine. You're actually getting there pretty quick. Which is good, because I can use you. Right, you're moving in. Keep following him, see if you can overrun. How have you not... attrition, okay. Fine, let's just do something like that. And you could follow him in. Excellent. Almost there. Let's go ahead and crush his supply. That's just a lot of people that don't really have anything to do. So how about you come and start taking all this? I wish I could do it with the truck, because you're going to do it really slow. But all my trucks are in the south right now. Alright. Crush that tank. You can move there. Excellent. Well, let's just move in and crush them all. They will all be overrun. Alright, Japan, I hope you are happy, because I have pretty much just done your entire job for you. And the fact that you are still not putting any pressure on these guys. I mean, look at all their supply. I've taken all their country and they still have supply. Okay, they are taking attrition here, but at least they are moving. Alright, those guys are crushing them. I think there is a victory point down there. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take one of you guys. Your new job is to come down and take that victory point, just in case that one to the north is not enough. 90%. All right. We are getting closer. So yeah, I really think just these 2 victory points is going to be it. My troops are getting ready to totally crush them. And then they're all going to be on this line, all pushing into here. Attrition is god-awful. Alright. Well, this is normally where I stop the stream, but I think I'm just going to go till peace deal, because I think it is very close. Alright, somebody has to be taking that. You're taking it. Alright, you can stop doing whatever it is you're doing, or keep taking it. That's fine too. Wow, where did I lose all these troops at? I'm not producing any. I must have lost them to attrition. Or maybe these guys got all their supply back. That's certainly possible. Look at that. Italy finally gonna take Malta. Good job, Italy. Yeah, I aim to please. I just don't want to cut off the peace deal. You know, it's so close. Now, if America joins, then we'll probably have to finish it up tomorrow. But it doesn't look like America's going to get in on this, which, again, will be fine with me. Because then I could just focus on America. And that will be pretty much all the majors. And I think once all the majors done, I think we will start that Cuba campaign. Alright, you're being attacked, but he will fail. And then you're going to drive straight on through to the new capital. 98%. Alright, I just got to take a couple more provinces. Alright, you, how about you give him a little hand? God, 90% is so much of a country to take. We're getting there. Be helpful if you guys moved faster, though. They have air superiority. That's why I'm moving so slow. And I really don't want to move planes over here just to deal with that. I mean, I could. I probably should. It's so close. They're so close to surrendering. It'll kind of be like pointless at this moment. All right. We'll just get these guys to move. Do something like that. You're going to take that, so we'll have you move something like that. And how about you just take away the retreat? We'll force them into a bubble and then smash them with our boots. Alright. Germany. Are you serious, Germany? Alright, to be fair, there are some American volunteers, but still, Germany. You're telling me that you cannot finish off Norway. Germany, Germany, Germany. Alright, how much longer? Ow, 3 days, okay. 3 days and they should be crushed. Let's get you. Just drive down here. Ah, you cut me off, huh? Too bad for you. I have better supply here than I did up north. So you will never take that from me. Alright, how close are we? You have to be 99%. Yeah, 1 or 2 more provinces. They should fall. Ooh, that's troop movement right there. I don't know where Britain had all those troops at. Were they hiding some in the Americas? That being said, Britain still has 95 to 110 units. I have no idea where they're keeping them. They're not all over in Asia, that's for sure. I mean, they have a lot here, but it's not all of them. Alright, that should about do it for the British Raj and their allies. British Raj capitulated, and that is not the peace deal. I didn't think I have to have anyone else capitulate. I think peace deal will kick off in a day here. There it is. There's the peace deal. All right. What do I want? Well, I have a lot of scores, so I'm going to take a lot. I want all of the United Kingdom. And do I want to satellite? No, I don't want to satellite the British Raj. I could, but what I want to do is I want to take all states. That's what I want to do. I want to take all of them. And so far it is saying I can. So I will. Does that include this one? Yes. And I'm going to take Canada. The reason I'm going to take Canada is because I'm going to put all of my troops on this border with Canada to prepare for the United States. Excellent. So that's United States and Canada. I'm going to leave that for Germany. I don't really need it. I think I do want... I think I do want Iran, though. Ooh, dear God. It's a lot. Okay, close that. Alright, I do want Iran. So I'm going to take all states in Iran. Yeah, apparently I could take everything. So I'm going to take Iran, and I think I'm going to take Iraq. So let's go ahead and take that. All right, I'm going to end turn. I'm going to give everyone else a little bit of a chance to take stuff. Because I don't really know what else to take. I really don't. All right, what's left? I really don't want Africa. Oh, shoot. I need to take France. Oh, dear God. How did I miss that? All right, where's France? France. Ooh, dear God. Okay, well, I gotta do this the hard way. Like, all of that building up I did in France, and for me to just forget about it, that's horrible. I thought for some reason France was mine already. I don't know, I guess I kind of assumed. Alright. And all this built up made it uber expensive. But it's a good thing I had that much war score. Nope. I don't have quite that much war score. There we are. Alright, at least got that. And I'm going to take the rest. I need to take the rest. Oops. Alright, if Germany's going to take anything, it's going to be those two. Is it my turn again? Okay. Excellent. I don't need Belgium or Brussels. I guess I could take this. Just to clean that up a bit. I don't need any of that. I could take some British Raj stuff, but I really don't want to. When you satellite a country, basically it's like making it your puppet. It's basically what it means. I guess I won't take all of that. Alright, this is fine. Alright, speaking of satellites, what can I satellite? I could satellite Norway. Actually, Denmark. Satellite Iceland. Or do I want to liberate it to Iceland? No, we're going to satellite it. And then I guess we'll take Denmark. And you know, if you really don't want Belgium, I'll take it. I mean, if you really don't want it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was thinking British Raj, but there's really nothing there. I'm going to pass once. If it's still there, I'll take it. No one wants to... All right, I guess I'm going to have to take it. You guys forced my hand. British Raj, you are mine. And apparently they won't let me take all states, but we'll start slow. All right, let me at least get all their industrial regions. Oh, come on. All right, there we are. All right, excellent. Now, the reason I couldn't take all states from there was... probably be like one province I can't take. No, I could take it all. All right, I might as well take Vietnam as well. All right, let's take that. Yeah, I don't really want North Africa. Like, nothing good can come from North Africa. Like, I'd rather leave it to somebody else because, you know, in case war with America happens. That being said, I do own all that now. Fine. I mean, I was really hoping Germany and, like, Italy would be really aggressive in stuff they're trying to take, but they've taken nothing. Oh, shoot. I can't take that much. Okay. Well, I don't want that. Don't want that. That's a lot I have to give up. There it is. Yeah, but I took the British Raj, so I'm probably going to get like 1 million manpower just by having that. Alright, let me pass once more. You know what I'll show you? If they're just going to leave you to be taken... I really don't want it, though. Alright, let me take these. I think there's rubber and stuff here. Rubber's important. Might as well just take all these islands. Even though I don't want them. Alright, there we go. I guess we're going to go play some knifey spoony. Alright, we'll take Australia. We won't puppet them. I don't want to have a lot of puppets like I did last game. That kind of got really confusing really quick, and it really bogged the game down. Alright, and we will take these. Just in case I decide to attack South America. Alright, really, you guys need to take the rest. I really don't want them. Alright, I'm just going to hit done. I don't want Norway. I don't want Denmark. I could definitely take them, but, you know, Germany needs some factories too. Germany needs some factories and some manpower. I think they can deal with it. Alright, now the game has to think about what the heck just happened. Alright, Italy took that, and that's fine. Alright, what just happened there? Alright, the new Afghan something or another joined. Italy wants to give me divisions for some reason. Volunteer forces and transfer. Well, alright then. Well, that's how the world looks now. We'll do a quick diplomacy map. No, not diplomacy. Trying to find... There it is. Factions. That's the Axis, and these are nobodies. So I think next game we are just going to declare war on the United States and see what happens. How are they looking? They definitely have a boatload of troops. How is that comparable with me? That's Portugal. Alright, they only have maybe 100 more than me, but I do have the Axis might on my side, so they're probably going to send troops up here. So I have a lot of time to build infrastructure, get this all ready for my troops, and then United States will fall. But I think this is going to be an excellent place to put a pause. We ran a little, about 15 minutes over, you know, just to get the peace deal done. because British Raj was so close to capitulating. So if you like what you watch, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Twitter, stay up to date with all the latest news. And also head on over to Patreon and support all my crazy projects over there. So I am Yed4455. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.